I was in this little area by Seaport Village, and they have a little cove there, and I was actually just kind of paddling in very, little water.
Yeah.
And I was befriended by a group of manatee who made me their leader.
This is the Woody and Jim Show podcast. Over 1,000 episodes strong. A daily recap of everything you missed.
Kind of refreshing when a celebrity couple get engaged and then they just go ahead and get married and now don't have a bunch of hoopla around it.
Yeah. I mean, like Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton were
They were engaged for like 17 years.
Yes, exactly. We fact-checked these things before we go on the air.
And we said we're just tired of hearing about it. But Ben Affleck and J-Lo got married over the weekend in Vegas.
Yep.
Yeah.
At the Little White Chapel or something like that, whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's like a little drive-through chapel where people get married.
Yes, the Tunnel of Love.
Yeah.
Kind of famous, yeah. And she's taking his name. Like, she's never done that before. Like, she's always...
Not that I know of. I don't know. I'm not.
We've been around since the dinosaurs, so
right.
Like pretty much. And so has Jennifer Lopez, by the way. She is a vampire. She looks fantastic. Mm-hmm. We were just looking at she posted a makeup-free selfie of her like waking up the next day after the wedding. God, she looks good.
It's not even fair to the
Well,
rest.
she's gorgeous.
It's not even fair to the rest of humanity.
I know.
Yeah, and she is actually like 50-something.
52, I think.
52?
52 or 53, something like that.
And she could get carded still.
She could.
I think she turns 53 soon, actually.
Wow.
I believe her birthday is like this week.
Wow. Wow. She is a vampire. We've posted a picture, if you like Woody and Jim Show, on Instagram. It's in our Instagram stories. You can see the photo we're talking about. Mm-hmm. And there's a scale you can rate, like, how much is she a Puerto Rican vampire?
I think definitely.
It's not a matter of if.
Yes, how
it's
much.
Just how much.
I can say we age very well.
How much in her lineage is Puerto Rican vampire?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the food or the, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's, it
works.
We all want it. Bottle it up and sell it to us.
So she took Ben's name, so she is Jennifer Affleck. Or will it be, instead of J-Lo, will it be J-A-F?
That's terrible.
No, that's great.
No.
J-F?
No.
Giraffe?
No to all of this.
I'm Jennifer A.F.
She will always be J-Lo.
No.
Woody's in love with the A.F.
Yeah, what?
And I'm in love with the F part.
I demand it be done.
Here's what's trending this morning with Woody and Jim on the river.
Brought to you by Mark Spain Real Estate. Jim, this actually sounds like something you would do. A guy in Missouri is suing Bass Pro Shops for not honoring their lifetime guarantee on socks.
Oh, I would do that.
Apparently, they advertise them as the last pair of socks you'll ever have to buy. And I guess if you wore them out, they would replace them. But then they stopped doing that a couple of years ago, and so he is super angry.
Oh,
I'd be mad too.
You can't stop?
Yeah.
You make that promise.
Lifetime sock replacement.
Like, after they stop doing the promise, yeah, fine, you're on your own. But, like, if you bought that, that's a social contract.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess they're talking about
up.
a class action suit, so if anybody else bought the socks, they might be able to jump on board and get some money.
All right.
I love that. Everybody come together and
Over
sue
socks.
the heck out of them for this.
For
socks. Because it sucks about the socks.
Exactly. Ricky, what you got?
So there's a new Lego set for The Office. It's a deluxe edition.
Oh, so
It's
Dunder Mifflin?
huge. Yes.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
it's the actual setting of The Office itself, where
Cool.
most of the show actually takes place.
Right.
It's 1,164 pieces. There are 15 characters, so
Wow.
it's everybody essentially that you could ever want from The Office in
Nice.
this set. 12 of the figures actually spin their heads, so you can change their expressions depending on which side you want to do.
Yeah.
And they have fun little props like the chili, Kevin's pot of chili.
Oh, I love that.
Do they have the stapler and
Yep,
the Jell-O?
Dwight stapler in the
Oh,
Jell-O.
that's awesome.
A world's best boss mug, all that good stuff. You can pre-order it now, and it ships on October 1st. If you want to see all the information, you can go to 1075theriver.com, keyword Ricky.
That's way cool. I love that.
Jim, what do you got?
Okay, so they did a contest. Metro had a new street sweeper sweeper. I guess they're going to use that to clear like the bike paths.
Right.
The
It's a smaller
walking
one,
paths.
yeah.
And they said, well, we'll let the citizens name it, but they gave us
Oh
choices.
my God, I'm so excited.
And so the
If
choices
mine didn't
were,
win, I'm going to be so mad.
were like Joe Clean, which was like a takeoff
Yeah,
of
Jolene,
Jolene.
yeah.
Patsy Clean, and there was a dumb one, and that nobody liked. And then there was Demon Brewman.
Yes, that was the one I wanted.
And that's the
That's
winner!
what
We have a
The name of the new street sweeper is Demon Brewman.
It's just so fitting.
That's how your GPS pronounces it anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that so
All right.
much.
It's an
That made my
exciting
day. That made my. I can go home happy now.
That
A
was my
banner
choice
day in
as well.
Nashville. What did we do over the weekend? Jim, you were sick a couple days.
Yeah, I was. So I didn't do a whole lot. I did a couple of things that I tried to do. Like I wanted to watch the first episodes of Westworld season 4, but I started watching recap videos of season 3 because I had no idea what was going on. I didn't remember, and I got more confused trying to watch the recaps to get ready for season 4 that I just decided I'm not going to watch season 4. I don't think.
I actually kind of gave up on it after season 3.
Yeah.
It was not
good.
not as good as
But
some of the other
I
ones.
did have one thing where I was laying on the couch and I was sleeping. My daughter had come over and put on a TV show that she was watching, and it was Virgin River, right? On
Oh,
Netflix.
yes.
And so, like, I'm
I
laying...
forgot about that
Yeah.
for a while.
I had heard of it, never saw it, and I'm laying there, and I'm too tired, and I don't have the remote control. And
So
it
you're
just
helpless.
kept going to the next episode, and then I'm sucked in.
It's definitely corny, but it's not as bad as you think it is when you're watching it. You're kind of just like, okay, whatever.
Right. It's like it's a step down on the corniness level from like a Hallmark Christmas movie.
Yes.
You know,
Okay.
it's a little
Agreed.
better than that.
I've never heard of this.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that like a sequel to Love Island?
No, this
No.
is
Virgin River?
It's drama.
No, yeah, it's a little
okay.
more intense, like actually
Drama.
written out.
It's like there's Mel and
okay.
there's
An actual
Jack,
story
and
behind it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
there's the doc. Will he give Mel a chance? It was just like I'm
Aw.
like this isn't fair.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
corny.
sucked in.
Next time before you know it, you'll be sitting there watching, Sweet Magnolias with Zach.
Exactly.
It's kind of like that, actually. Yeah.
Ricky, what did you do?
So I didn't do much on Friday because I wanted to just kind of recoup. So I watched all of the rest of Umbrella Academy that I had left.
Oh, I got to do that.
I haven't
Phenomenal,
started that yet. Yeah,
per
I love
usual.
that show. It's so weird. I love
Every season is just great.
Yeah.
And I watched the new Bob's Burgers movie that I've been dying to watch.
Yeah.
Very happy with that as well. Super cute movie. Highly suggested for everybody. It's on Hulu. And then went out to a new restaurant over the weekend, Punk Walk. They do like
the name.
sushi rolls that are all dedicated to like punk rockers.
Oh, really?
And like their songs. It was great. Delicious
Huh,
food.
That's cool.
And yesterday I went to the Nashville SC game.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a very
Pretty
nice
cool.
weekend. Nothing too
Excellent.
crazy,
Yeah.
but enough that you still feel like you got a weekend.
Right.
Yeah, Woody.
My girlfriend and I and Melissa and I, we watched Bob's Burgers too. We really like that. That was
So
really
cute.
It's a great show. And we've been dieting a lot lately, so we decided we'd splurge and just kind of go off the rails
It's a
and
cheat
treat
day?
ourselves. So we went to Cracker Barrel.
Nice.
Left like 20
Excellent.
minutes ago. And
Took a while, did it?
also saw the Thor movie, Love and Thunder.
Finally I can talk to you
Yeah,
about stuff.
it actually it's good.
It's a wild ride.
They throw a few curveballs at you, and there's some stuff you weren't expecting, but it was all
Keeps
in
it
all pretty good.
interesting.
Yeah.
Woody and Jim in the morning on 107.5 The River.
Ricky, we need some happiness on a Monday. What you got?
Yeah, so last night after the National SC game, they had their unified special ed Olympic team that did a little game afterwards.
Very cool.
And it was the cutest thing ever. My boyfriend's actually his school's part of it.
Yeah.
And so we stayed after the game to watch. They went all out for these kids. They had the Jumbotron up there with a cameraman on the field.
Nice.
Part of the support section stayed with the drums, and they were doing their
Oh,
chants and their
cool.
cheers. And a bunch of like the team members actually after the game going into the locker room, they left to come back out to watch them play.
Oh, that's so cool.
It was so
love it.
cool, and the way that these kids' faces like lit
Oh,
up.
They must have been having the time of their lives.
Well, when they would get a goal, they would play a song and they would flash all the lights and like
Smoke
make a
bombs go
big deal
off
out of
and-
it. I have actually a little clip of what it sounded like, and it's just just makes your heart so warm and fuzzy.
In that awesome new stadium.
Oh, yeah.
There was like a decent amount of people that stayed,
Oh, yeah, totally.
which
that's
was amazing.
So great. Can you imagine like how happy as a kid athlete you would
Right?
be
Yeah.
with all those
What an
people?
experience to have.
I
Like in a
know.
massive, brand new, gorgeous stadium with real players and so many people that stayed behind clapping and cheering for you. It was such a cute moment. I had to actually hold back tears because at the end, they even did that song that they do at the end.
Yes.
Where they all held on to each other and swayed,
Oh.
and they sang to them from like the support section. I'm sitting there with tears. I'm gonna get teary eyed again, but I'm sitting there with like tears in my eyes because I'm like, what a cool moment
Yeah.
that like they'll never forget. You know?
Yeah.
If you haven't been
my
to a
heart.
Nashville SC game yet, I mean, the new park is amazing and the vibe is just so cool there.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, it
Really
Yeah.
amazing stuff.
That's great.
I'll post the clip on Woody and Jim Show's Instagram page too.
Nice.
Excellent.
That is what's making us happy this morning with Woody and Jim on 107.5 The River. We're going to be playing kind of a fun little Price is Right game coming up here.
Yeah, it's kind of a Cameo comparisons.
Okay.
I'm going to give you, if you're not familiar with Cameo, it's a service where semi-famous and sometimes pretty famous celebrities will like record a video message or do a live video call with somebody for a certain amount of money. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give you like a couple of stars, and you're going to have to try to guess which one costs more
Okay.
to get a message from. So do you want to do one just like to
Sure.
kick things off? All right. We were just talking about the Lego Office package that they're going to put together. Meredith from The Office, Kate Flannery is the actress. She does cameos. Are her cameos more expensive than Jonas Watamo, who is the new person who plays Chewbacca in the Star Wars movies?
Oh.
Who costs more to get a cameo from?
Meredith.
I
Meredith
would
from The
guess,
Office?
yeah, because she's recognizable.
or Chewbacca?
I
Meredith.
think, nobody knows, Chewbacca unless he's wearing the suit.
But there's Star Wars people out
That's
there.
true.
Yeah.
So you got to think about it. But are you both staying with Meredith?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meredith is $190,
Wow.
Wow.
and Chewbacca's $100.
Half
Then
the
again,
price.
how do you know it's him? You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
That's true. Could be anybody in the suit. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go to the high-end, expensive celebrities
Okay.
that are on Cameo here. So I'm going to ask you which one is more expensive to get.
Okay.
A cameo from the star of Succession, which just got like 70 Emmy nominations, Brian Cox. Okay.
Okay.
Is he more expensive than Tom Felton, who played Malfoy in Harry Potter? Which one costs more on Cameo to get a message from?
Malfoy costs more.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
She's
I
going
think
Harry Potter.
Malfoy.
You're going to the legacy show
I think Malfoy.
over
yeah.
the hot show of the
Yeah,
moment.
Yeah.
Brian Cox gets $689.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Tom Felton, $599.
Okay,
Oh,
so they're
okay.
not too far off.
Yeah, they're close.
But that's $500 and not
Yes,
$5.
it's all right. It's all right.
That's
I want one now if
insane.
it's $5.99.
Yeah. No, the guy from Succession, yeah, he's almost $700. So,
Wow.
Yeah, he costs more.
You got no time for
What
that.
in the heck?
All right.
Wow.
I'll tell you, the next one we'll do is going to be reality show edition. So it's going to be
Okay.
2 stars from 2 different reality shows. Who costs more? We have Mary from Selling Sunset. Is she more expensive or less than Big Ed from 90 Day Fiance?
Oh man.
So you got Big Ed. He's love him or hate him.
This is hard.
He's a big dude. And then there's Mary on Selling Sunset, which is the one everybody would want from that show.
This is really tough.
Who costs more to get a cameo from?
I'm going to say Mary.
I would say
Woody?
I'd have to agree. I think Big Ed is more available. In many ways. In many ways. He wants the money more than Mary
Just by
does.
going on the show, he's
Yeah.
just saying, I'm available.
I'm desperate.
You are both correct.
Yes.
Mary Fitzgerald gets $250.
Yeah.
Big Ed, $50.
$50?
That's it.
50. I
That's
feel like
actually-
he's selling himself short there.
Yeah,
I
he
know.
could probably make more.
I know.
Yeah.
At least 100.
All right, here's one.
Maybe you could leave a nice gratuity.
All right, here's one from some of your favorite movies.
Okay.
Okay, from Hocus Pocus, Kathy Najimy.
Okay.
Okay, versus John Heder, who is Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, wow.
Who costs more to get a cameo from? Napoleon Dynamite or Hocus Pocus star Kathy Najimy?
I'm going to go Hocus Pocus.
I'm going to go
cheap.
Napoleon Dynamite.
They are split, and Kathy Najimy costs more. She's a $300 outlay of cash.
Oh, wow.
And for John Heder, it's $249.
Huh.
So
I wish we had stats on how many people actually bought these because
Right.
I'm so curious who is spending $300 or something like that.
Right.
yeah, right?
It'd have to be for a special occasion or something like that. You know, I'd have to be a big fan.
Like a really big fan.
Yeah.
So what is
'Cause that's a
ahead?
lot.
3-2.
Okay.
We've got one final
more
set.
set.
3 members of the band In Sync on Cameo.
Oops, wrong song.
You
Ooh, I was
rickrolled
like,
us.
what is this?
Oh my gosh.
I rickrolled in sync.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so like this is a totem pole. Of the 3, I'm going to have you put them in order.
Okay.
Of like who's the most expensive and who's the least expensive to get a message from In Sync. So
I'm ready.
we've got Lance Bass,
Yep.
Chris Kirkpatrick, and Joey Fatone. So I'm gonna-
There's also Best of Both Worlds playing right now. Hannah Montana's also playing.
Well,
I
that's
think our
weird.
computer system has a case of the Mondays.
I know.
There we go. That's better.
It's gone into a, early 2000s spiral.
I know.
Okay.
Okay. So, of the members of In Sync,
Yes.
of these members, Lance Bass, Chris Kirkpatrick, and Joey Fatone, tell me from most expensive to cheapest
Okay.
where they are on the totem pole. We're going to start with Ricky,
Okay.
who's most expensive, and then we go on
Lance
down.
is definitely most expensive.
Lance at the top.
Joey, and then Chris.
Okay. That's her guess. Woody, do you have a different guess?
I would say Joey Fatone is cheapest, followed by Chris and then Lance Bass.
So what you're saying is Lance Bass is most expensive.
Uh-huh.
And then it's Joey Fatone and Chris Kirkpatrick
I'd
bring
say
it up the rear.
I'd say Joey Fatone would be the cheapest.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Woody is not right. It's Ricky. Lance Bass costs $299. Joey Fatone, $249.
Ah.
And Chris Kirkpatrick will do it for $159.
Okay.
I was a big NSYNC fan, so
Or-
yes.
Or
I'm
you
very
could-
proud of this right
You
now.
can mow his lawn and he'll call it even.
I'm smiling ear to ear because I'm like, yes, I know my boy bands.
You ranked them perfectly.
Nice.
And it's a perfect tie because you got that one that you each had 3 points in the game, so you just walk away as co-champions.
Okay,
Yay.
we'll deal with that.
Everybody gets a trophy.
Everybody wins. Here's a participation ribbon. Yay!
It's time for men and women to answer questions for gender war.
All right, representing the ladies in the audience, we have Jody in Lebanon. Good morning, Jody.
Good morning.
Good morning. Best of luck to you. For the guys, we have Jeff. He is in Hermitage. Hello, Jeff.
Hey there.
All right, we have a get acquainted question for both of you to limber up your brains with.
Yeah, let's start with Jody. Jody, what's the most you ever paid for a haircut?
I guess about color and cut. 2 different things. Color is expensive, but about $50 just for a cut.
Okay.
That makes sense.
That's not bad.
Yeah, not too bad. What about you, Jeff? The most you ever paid for a haircut?
$20.
All right.
You guys have it so easy.
Right
It's
to the
so
straight.
annoying.
Yeah, all we got to do is
Guys
just,
have it easy for haircuts and going to the bathroom. It's just all easy.
It's
know.
so annoying.
Yeah.
it's just some place willing to give us a haircut.
This is stupid.
right next to Dollar General.
I'm boycotting haircuts.
I know, it's ridiculous. Well, since you brought it up, Ricky, what's the most you ever paid for a haircut?
Like $120. I've looked at haircuts that are up to $400 because a curly girl haircut, quite expensive.
Right.
So you considered it, but 120 is the only.
I can't pay $400 on this salary, Jim.
I know. I get it. I get it. Like, you thought about it, but then you're
I
like,
really did heavily consider. I was like, if I save for the next 6 months, maybe I could pay for half of this haircut. Can she cut one side and then I come back in the next 6 months, she cuts the other?
Oh, that would work. Yeah.
Yeah, see if you like it.
That's like getting a boob job and just getting one done at a time. Yeah.
Yes, it's exactly like that.
I'm just going to get one and see how I like it.
Everyone listening went, oh, I know exactly what this is like, and said that.
Yeah, they did. Thanks for speaking everyone's thoughts.
I like to speak the every person language.
We're off to a great start here,
yes,
people.
We are.
Okay.
Great start.
Let's remember that we have Jody and Jeff on the line. Let's get things going. And remember, both of you each have a screw. If you don't know the answer to a question and you don't think the other person does either, you can use your screw to make them answer your question.
Here we go, Jody. Multiple choice is how we start. The new season of Westworld is underway. Is that seen on Hulu, Netflix, or HBO Max? Hello?
It's you, Jody.
HBO Max.
Yes, HBO Max.
Nice.
Good job. Good start.
All right, Jeff. Doja Cat is thirsty for a cast member of Stranger Things. Is that cast member Eddie, Dustin, or Steve?
I think it's Eddie.
It
Yes,
is
it
Eddie.
is. Eddie Munson.
Eddie.
My favorite.
Everybody loves Eddie.
Tie game, 1-1.
Jody, name one of the colors on a can of WD-40.
Oh, gosh. Yellow?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yellow, blue. There's
Good
a red
guess.
cap, so good job.
It's kind of an easy one. There's a lot of colors on it. All right, time for Jeff to see if he can tie it up.
Sophie Turner just had her second baby with which Jonas brother?
Oh. Screw.
Okay.
Jody, do you know which Jonas brother just had a baby with Sophie Turner?
Joe?
Yep, it's
It
Joe.
was Joe.
My other favorite. I love Joe.
My second favorite after Kevin.
And then my third favorite is Nick.
All right. That
3-1 means Jody is our winner.
Congrats, Jody.
Congratulations. Of course, we get through this week, and then it begins Shark Week on the Discovery Channel. This time it's going to be hosted by Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I love it.
And if the sharks misbehave, he punches them in the face.
I was going to say, who do you think would win a fight, a shark or The Rock?
I'm never betting against The Rock.
Yeah, properly
Okay.
motivated, I'm sure he can turn into a shark and say, you're welcome.
I have never, besides an aquarium, seen a shark. Have you guys actually seen a shark in real life besides like where it's like super safe?
No.
I've seen them, the fins, like from shore. Small sharks
you?
that are
I
like,
haven't even seen
yeah,
that.
like down around Destin and Panama
Oh,
City
wow.
Beach. You see them like they'll actually get really close to shore.
I've
But
only
they're
seen
small.
dolphins,
Yeah.
luckily.
Which
Yeah.
is cool.
Yeah.
I've seen a whale,
Yeah.
which is awesome. I did have a run-in with a sea creature, though, that was pretty scary,
Sea creature?
that I thought was pretty awesome at the time. Okay, so my cousins were getting married in Santee, South Carolina, which is in the middle of South Carolina, in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
It's a very small town. But my cousin, who was getting married, the groom, he had a boat, and behind where he lived, they had like a small lake, and he was taking people like water skiing on this little lake that they had. And so everybody was taking their turns, and everybody's there because it's a wedding, like all family from everywhere. And so I get out there, and what's the hardest thing when you're water skiing is the getting up onto the
Yep.
water.
Yeah.
When they start the boat.
Right.
And after a couple of false starts, I finally got up on the skis and I'm skiing.
Okay.
Right. And I'm like, whew, yeah, like I finally did it. And at that time, like everybody on the shore is watching, and they're like hands in the air going, woo! Woo! And, I'm thinking like, they think I'm awesome. I am crushing this thing. Right? So like the boat is going like in a circle kind of as I go by the shore again. I realize they're not going, woo! They're going, oh my God! Oh my God! There was a 9-foot water moccasin, which is deadly,
Oh, my
wow.
God.
chasing me on the boat because they weren't going super fast because I was, having trouble anyway.
Right.
But the moccasin was chasing your wake.
With its head out of the water. And of course,
Jeez.
they move like the wind.
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
They are very
yeah.
quick.
And so they're like, basically they were yelling like, get out of the water! And so like I just kind of ski up onto the grass and
That's good.
And then somebody had a fishing pole. They had a couple of people with fishing poles that would like snagged the water moccasin, and I guess they knew what to do. 'Cause
Oh, really?
They
Wow.
live down there.
Right. They're
So
used to this.
It's a common occurrence
Yes.
for them to have to, rid the water of angry snakes.
That's
Yes.
scary.
Angry
is.
snake, like who
Wow.
personally had something out for me.
Clearly,
know.
if he was chasing after you,
Yeah.
what'd you do to him? You must have disturbed his nap or something.
Yeah, I was trying to nap
Disrespected
here,
him.
and your loud water skiing is bothering me.
I know.
I was once like snorkeling in San Diego where I grew up, and I was in this little area by Seaport Village, and they have a little cove there, and I was actually just kind of paddling in very little water.
Yeah.
And I was befriended by a group of manatee who made me their leader. No, actually, that's a fat joke. But actually, I was snorkeling, and a stingray came up out of the sand. They would bury themselves in the sand
Yeah.
Yep.
and surprise victims, and I was almost a victim because it all of a sudden just pops right up in my face. I'm going,
Yeah.
ah!
They bury themselves to hide until the very last second.
Yeah.
Like sea
Freaking
ninjas.
manatees.
He is now our leader.
That's right. They gave me a crown. I rode on their shoulders. It was fun.
I cannot.
Ricky's got your celebrity stuff now.
Kanye is out here Kanyeing again. He was supposed to headline Rolling Loud Festival this weekend in Miami.
Yeah.
And he pulled out as of yesterday.
I saw that.
Yes.
Why?
Personal reasons he's saying again, which is what he said during Coachella as well. But
Yeah.
Coachella made sense because he was kind of feuding with Kim and
Right.
Pete. So it
Right.
seemed like there was just a lot going on, and personal reasons made
This
sense.
time he just didn't feel like it.
Right now, I don't know what this is all about. But the co-founders, they put out a statement basically saying that they were looking forward to him headlining, and they've been working for months with his team to make his performance everything that he can imagine. He said, "This is the first time a headliner has ever pulled out of our show. And though we don't take it lightly, we wish him the best. We look forward to welcoming Kid Cudi as the headliner in Miami."
We don't take it lightly.
Yes.
That sounds like code. Like
Yeah, there's a lawsuit coming.
you
Yeah.
are dead to us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Essentially, that's what it sounds like, which I get it because this is a huge event. You put a lot of
Yeah.
money into
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You're planning everything. And then
And
the
how many
week
people-
of, you'd pull out. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Right. When you have a headliner, I'm like, if a middling act, pulls out, it's not that big a deal. But headliners are the ones that sell tickets.
Right,
Yep.
right.
So
So now you have to deal with
your-
angry
Your
fans.
fans are mad.
Yep. So Kid Cudi, I will say he's fantastic, and I think he's going to do an amazing job, and
Yeah.
he will be the new headliner. So that's awesome. And hopefully they don't have to deal with too many angry fans because of this.
So don't
True
book
Kanye fans have to expect it, though.
I'm sure they do at this point because it's happening so often.
I mean, everybody buys the insurance on the concert tickets because they know there's a good chance he won't show up.
And if you don't, then you're kind of a dodo because
Yeah.
you know that this is just the thing he does now.
No kidding.
Hopefully he's okay, though. We do know he has mental health struggles, and I hope that
Right,
Kanye
sure,
is
right.
okay
Yeah.
and there's nothing serious happening.
Right.
I kind of hope it's more so that he's just like, I don't feel like playing
Right.
than
seems
anything
most
serious
likely, yeah.
happening.
He's just Kanyeing.
Yes. Yes, precisely.
Trending. Here's what's trending this morning with Woody and Jim on 107.5 The River.
Brought to you by Mark Spain Real Estate. This could come as a surprise, but probably not. They studied dating apps, and they found that men are more likely to gravitate toward a dating site that uses poor grammar.
Really?
Women that use poor grammar in their profiles.
They're attracted
I
to?
have so many things to say right now that I'm
'cause
not
basically,
going to say.
a lot of guys are intimidated by smart women.
Thank you for saying it,
Yeah,
Woody, so
that's
that I
exactly what
didn't
it
look
is.
like the angry woman saying it.
No,
exactly the opposite
get
for
it.
ladies.
Exactly the
They
opposite
say
for
they
me.
want somebody who can actually use punctuation correctly.
Well, yeah.
Honestly, these are just things you can't make up because they're just so, yes.
I don't speak for a lot of my fellow guys when I say I've always told it, like, Woody knows this for as long as he's known me, since like the age of dirt.
Yes.
That like smart is attractive to me, right?
Yeah, me too.
So like I would hate it, but that's not a lot of people that
Right.
I know.
Right.
So I think guys like to be smarter than the woman they're with.
Oh, man.
And that's like sad
cannot.
state of affairs.
I cannot.
And, really, if you think about it, correcting somebody's punctuation is a great icebreaker.
Yeah.
I'm gooder at punctuation than she is.
Oh, man.
Boys are stupid.
Seriously.
They are. It's true. Yeah, we admit it.
My goodness.
Ricky, what you got?
So, information on the upcoming August elections.
Yeah.
If you are going to vote absentee ballot, you do need to send it. The deadline to request it is July 28th.
Okay.
You need to send it at least 7 days before the actual election date, which is August 4th. Also, if you're going to send it in, it says on the package that you only need 1 stamp. This is in fact not true. You will probably need 2 stamps because it is very large and very heavy.
That's a major problem.
Yes, this
Why
is a
did they
huge
not
problem.
say that?
We're planning
Jim-
to lose a bunch of them.
Yeah,
God.
I think we know why they did that. So if somebody tells you only need 1, don't believe them. Put 2 on it.
Just
There's
to make
no
sure.
harm in just being safe. Yeah, because it is actually a very heavy one this time around.
Put 5 on
And-
there.
Yeah, even if it's whatever you got to do, at least, but 2 should be fine.
Whatever you got.
If you even want to play it safer than that, just go to your local post office and say, like, am I good with this? And they'll weigh it and they'll say, oh, no, you need an extra 15-cent stamp or something like that.
If you really want to be thorough, take your absentee ballot and walk it to the ballot box.
Right.
Totally
Which is just
defeating the
ridiculous.
purpose.
Yes, it's
I'm going to
ridiculous.
absentee in person.
Absolutely ridiculous. Put 2 stamps on it just to be safe. Make sure that it's actually sent on time and that your vote does then count. Okay, Jim.
At the movies this weekend, people did what Woody did, which was they finally got around to seeing Thor: Love and Thunder, or they kept going back. It was number 1 at the box office. Minions was behind that, but by about half. Then it was Where the Crawdads Sing, and then rounding out the top 5, still hanging, Top Gun, Maverick, and Elvis.
Not surprised.
Woody and Jim in the morning, 107.5 The River. For the first time in about 6 or 7 months, it's not going to be over 90 degrees today.
I know.
Also, a little rain going with it, so, we're not very good driving on dry pavement, but you add rain into it, so look out.
It was
We forget every time.
an adventure getting to work this morning.
Yeah.
It was like, because it's like spotty showers. It's not constantly raining.
Right, so it's like you go through a patch and then it comes down really hard, then you're gone. Yeah.
Right. And everybody's driving like, 90 miles an hour. And then they slam on the brakes when it starts raining and they're going 5 miles an hour.
Nice.
Guys, you don't have to slam the brakes. Like, just slow down a little.
We pretty much have 2 kind of drivers in Tennessee. We have the ones that are driving like they're getting paid by the hour.
Right.
So they're in no hurry.
And you're like, oh my God, they're a maniac.
Or the ones that are driving like they have an hour to live.
I see more of the hour to live
Yeah.
kind of drivers lately.
But you got to watch out today in 5 southern states, including Tennessee. They are starting Operation Southern Slowdown.
Okay.
Because I guess that means that there's going to have more police out, checking your speed. In Tennessee and in Florida, South Carolina, also Alabama and Florida and Georgia.
This makes sense. Like I said, I see more of the I have an hour left to live kind of drivers lately. I don't know if it's like summertime, if
could
it's
be.
just that the sun's out and everybody's in a better mood, so they drive faster.
Right.
Yeah.
But they've been driving like lunatics.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolute nut jobs on the road. So this makes sense, and I'm glad they're doing it, to be honest with you.
For the next week, they're going to be watching closely, so keep that in mind.
Okay, so is this just the big interstates, or is this also like the towns that are speed traps already?
You mean like Smyrna?
Yeah. 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 Are they just going to quadruple the force?
Maybe that's
like
it,
there's
yeah.
15 cars at the town line just waiting to catch you.
Revving their engines, waiting to get you. They're out there, so be careful.
Thanks for listening to and recommending the Woody and Jim Show podcast. Listen to Woody and Jim in real time every weekday morning on 107.5 The River, Nashville, or live on the iHeartRadio app.